spending 1000 resin on Soldier 11 was probably one of the more interesting things I could have done. There are a lot of things that I learned along the way. Actually kidding, I didn't learn anything as I was playing this. But at the same time, there's one thing I did learn, but it's concerning battery charge and not actually Soldier 11. At the moment, I kind of forgot to scale down my expectations, considering that this game has only been out for like 3 weeks, I think? By now it should be 3 weeks. And a lot of people will have, their on banner, their Ellens, and their Juyons at like really high levels, but for me, because it's so early, I think building my Soldier 11 for the long game, for the late game, will be really enjoyable. I started Genshin, I think, a year late, so if I got Diluc in the beginning, I would have stuck with him and I would have continuously built him over time, no doubt about it. But because I pulled him so much later on my account, I already had a whole bunch of main DPSs. And since this is the first Toyo game that I started since launch, or like official launch, right? Didn't play betas. I decided to find a character that I wanted to play, right? And I got a double 5-star in my first on the beginner banner pool. I got Nekomata and I got Soldier 11. I think I have a picture I can put up here. It's kind of sad because, of course, I get both DPSs, right? The ones that will get crept in the future. But that being said, I mean, the content for now is decently easy to where, and we're not at max. No one's at max yet unless you whaled. So just watching like guides and stuff and looking at the levels of things, I'm like, oh, I could actually make a decent character at the moment where I could say, oh, I have the strongest Soldier 11, in whatever region I'm in, okay? But that really doesn't matter. One thing I do want to note here is that I think this is the worst like usage of resources I probably could have done in any Hoyo game. I usually like to keep at least 10 fragile slash trailblazer restoration battery fuel or whatever. But this time I decided, you know what, screw it, we're gonna use it all. And if you notice here, that's not exactly the exact amount of charge I should have. It's it gets cut off because you're not allowed to have 1,000, I'm pretty sure. So if this does happen to anyone, I mean, just if this is one takeaway, don't build Soldier 11. Wait for a better DPS to come out, most likely. But also, do not spend all your battery charge if it exceeds 1,000 because it does not hold 1,000. It only holds like 900. I do have some gameplay of trying to beat the stable shoe defense. I got an A tier on the last one, I'm pretty sure. I cleared 9 with an S, and I was pretty excited because watching my Soldier 11 kind of just tear through it all was really good. Like, man, I have not been so happy with just seeing a character I've built actually do damage properly with the content that's made, kind of, not made for them, but being able to actually like, deal damage consistently. Soldier 11's playstyle, it's really neat. I think it's easily the most crept because there's going to be someone who only does basic attacks in the future that do, infusion / really heavy anomaly damage or something like that, right? And I've been watching a lot of people do like high level clears of the unstable, like the new Spiral Abyss, kind of like the 4s, 9 through 12, and they're just using like Ellen, the Ellen Mono Ice team, the Grace / Arena Shock team. Like, it makes sense. Those characters will definitely have a lot more value in the future, especially Lycan. Like, that guy's so cool. I wish I actually pulled him. But at the same time, with my current account, I think I'm in a pretty decent spot. I got really lucky / unlucky. The standard banner, the beginner banner, I got 2 5-stars. I got both the Soldier 11 Nekomata, right? But then for the on banner, I decided to not pull on Ellen's banner, like for her specifically. I got some Sokaku dupes, that's about it. But I decided to pull for Juyuan at 70/80. I think I got Kaleda. I lost 50/50. But then with the remaining 40-ish rolls I had, I was able to pull, what's it called? I was able to actually get Juyuan. So she's on my first half team, I'm pretty sure. So she's good. I mean, it's nice having an other DPS. She's gonna be the other DPS of the century for a while, so it's nice to have. But for now, I mean, I have a decently built Nicole that can pair with her, and then just throw Sokaku on there because I mean, I don't really have an extra. There's no other unit that can go with them, so we leave it as is. But I mean, in terms of builds, I think Soldier 11 is the only one that I built that actually will last forever. I think the only things that will change are most likely the discs 2 and 3, if I recall. But other than that, I think I'm not really going to be pulling for another fire DPS in the future. I don't think I ever will, considering that this character is just like, she's my favorite character in this entire game. I cannot even lie to you. The playstyle is just perfect, and I got really lucky because I lost 50-50, but I got the support unit that I really needed for Soldier 11. Before I was just running, Soldier 11, Lucy, Sokaku. Not really the greatest, but it is what it is. Also, one big thing to note here is my Bangboo, Rocketboo at least, I've gotten 3 extra copies of it, so, oh wait, no, 2 extra, I'm pretty sure, because you get 1, so yeah. It's 3-star right now, so, if you couldn't tell, that's why I'm using Devil Boo instead of, Resona Boo, because I straight up don't have him. I will probably get Resona Boo in, like, a few weeks from the, the refreshes from Hall Zero, but for now, it's, I got a really strong Bangboo for my Pyro DPS team. But other than that, I think, I'll just kind of talk about, like, the game as a whole. I've never played a game since launch, okay, I played Black Clover Mobile since launch, but that's completely different from this game. ZZZ's artifact system is pretty interesting because I think that's one of the things I really liked about this, honestly. Because after I ran out, I used a good chunk of my battery, my charge, I was just able to go to the Bardic Needle and roll for the proper, I think, my Woodpecker Electro 3 disc, I think, because I wanted one with at least some crit value, because the current one I had was just there because it had 5-star stats. But being able to do that, I think, was one of the best things it's just so nice to have. And then also being able to, I mean, self-modeling resin thing, we have that. Genshin doesn't have this. Insert Genshin could never kind of deal, right? But one thing that I think was really cool was I don't have to worry about time restrictions. There's no time gates on these things. The only time gate is with events, being able to, do the second part of the run now versus, it's not like I need to wait till like Tuesday for a talent domain to open up, right? And I think that's really cool because, I mean, Starro does it. I thought that was one thing that Starro had, that I thought Starro was also time gated, but that isn't the case, and that's why I enjoy both of these games, despite playing and investing kind of a lot of money into Genshin. Like, I just stopped midway through Fontaine, but this game will continuously keep you captivated, I know for a fact. ZZZ, HSR, these 2 games are just much, much better. And that's the thing too, I didn't think I was going to care as much as I do about ZZZ. Especially after the first chapter with the Cunning Hairs, I don't think it was as engaging as I thought it was going to be. But then once we got to Belobog and then, especially the Victoria Housekeeping, I thought it was really funny because Belobog has cool characters. I really like Anton and Kaleda. I think they're really funny. And then, I mean, Housekeeping is really interesting. I thought Ellen was just going to be an annoying one, but I kind of understand her. I understand her character a lot more now. It's pretty funny. But, the game's pretty captivating, honestly. It is really, I just didn't like the opening story was so much worse than I thought it was going to be, right? Billy was funny, Nicole was there, Ambi, I thought Ambi was like the coolest character out of all of them. So chill, so real. But, I mean, that really doesn't matter because you can just skip through it anyways. The combat, interesting. I actually didn't realize that the dodge counter was a thing, so that was interesting to learn about. Same with parrying, which is really weird. But over time, it just kind of clicked, and we ended up here. So yeah, now I think I have one of the strongest Soldier 11s in the world, without the Brimstone at least. I need to fix the Wenjin. I'll probably get some refinements with some of the resin that I do end up spending on this, but for now, I will just wait till I restock on Denny's and all those other items, because yeah, I'm kind of broke now, if you couldn't tell. I only have like 100k Denny left, but yeah. Just a bit of a documentation for now. I will continuously build this character. I will probably make an update video when I do end up getting Brimstone from random pulling it, or from buying it with the exchange materials, because I want to get Jane Doe eventually, right? But at the same time, it's fine without her because I don't want to, because if I get Jane Doe, I'll have to build Nekomata, because I don't really have I don't have a physical DPS made, on hand. That's like the one element I don't have ready. But for now, I think I will just focus on building up the characters around my Soldier 11 and then Juyuan eventually. But for now, I mean, that's it. Thank you for watching. It's a bit of a weird one. I'll probably add some extra stuff over the Shiyu defense. But yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.